The DA has submitted a Promotion of Access to Information Act to the Eastern Cape Premier Oscar Mabuyane. The DA wants Mabuyane to give a record of the decision that allowed provincial authorities to lease a portion of government-owned Bulembu Airport in Bhisho to the President of the United Arab Emirates and his family. President Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan raised concerns after it was revealed that he not only landed at Bulembu Airport, but that he had also upgraded the facility to the tune of 20 million rand. The DA's Angel Khanyile speaks to us now about this via Zoom. Ms. Khanyile, good afternoon. Welcome to today, and thank you very much for your time. So what are you asking for?
Good afternoon for having me. We have been receiving numerous reports about the landing of the president from the UAE last week in the Eastern Cape. It is unclear if they have authority to permission actually to land there. But today we have also sent a letter requesting for a Promotion of Access to Information Act to the Premier of the Eastern Cape, because we understand that there is now a plan in place between the President Sheikh Mohammed and the Premier of the Eastern Cape to have a portion of that airport being leased to them, and they're going to share it with the military. So we want them to give us further details so that we can understand on what basis is he actually basing his decision.
If you mention the military, I think national key point.
Yes.
So that will be concerning for you. That is why you want more information. So what are you asking for under the PAIA, under this act of the Promotion of Access to Information? What do you want Mr. Mabuyane to provide you?
We want full details of this plan, Mr. Mabuyane. I believe that it's very important for us to get full details of this plan, for us to be able with the South African laws, because we can't really allow the Eastern Cape government to make any rules just because there's somebody that has thrown some cash their way. So we need to make sure that South Africa is protected, or South Africa's security is protected. So what we are going to do when we get this plan, we are going to scrutinize it and get to the bottom of it so that we can be able to ascertain if they're actually in compliance with the South African laws.
They are saying, the authorities in the Eastern Cape, that this was a perfectly legal event, that everything was done legally. You don't trust them?
Well, there's a very much insufficient information, Mr. Moyane, because according to this landing, we have seen reports that the Minister of Home Affairs, Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi, has given them permission, I think in terms of Section 30, because those rights, they fall within him. He has that prerogative to give them those rights. However, the minister was supposed to open this up for public to be able to comment for 30 days and to also advertise this on the Department of Home Affairs website and on the government gazette as well. So we have searched on the Department of Home Affairs website. We did not find this notice, and we also went to the government gazette. We did not find this notice. At the moment, it is our view that this was not done procedurally, and it is up to the minister to prove that what he has done was done legally and that the landing of the flight was also done legally.
You have questions in your mind because this might just be reminiscent of what happened with the Gupta family when they landed for a private wedding at Waterkloof Air Force Base.
Yes. And Mr. Mabuyane, we don't want to see the same situation happening again. And over and above that, some of the questions that we have in our minds is whether there were immigration officials to actually ascertain that the people that have entered the country, they are having valid visas and they are also legally in the country. And also if there's any goods that they have brought into the country, if those goods were actually checked, that they have a right to be here in South Africa, in and out of our country, without following the legalities, we are going to have a very serious problem of having illegal goods being shipped into the country or being brought into the country. And we have had of many cases where there's been some cash that has been taken out of the country. So if we have people that are going to enter South Africa without having to be checked, then we are having a very serious problem.
You know, from far, as we conclude, Angel, I mean, I don't know all the details of what really happened, but from the reports that we've seen coming out of the Eastern Cape, it looks like if you pay the right price, you can get easy access to South Africa.
And that is the biggest problem, and that is exactly what we need to guard against. That is what we need. That is why we need to make sure, Mr. Mabuyane, we do all we can to protect South Africa. We need to make sure that everybody that comes into this country, they comply with South African laws, just like all South Africans as they comply with the laws of any other country that they would go to. I really do not think that there's any South African that was going to end. So we need to make sure that we stop this and it does not happen again.
Okay, what's next now? You've written to the Eastern Cape Premier, Oscar Mabuyane, to give that access. How long does he have to respond to you?
We've submitted this letter today. We are going to allow him time, at least 7 working days, to respond to us. And failure of him to respond to us, we are going to then liaise with our legal team and consider what further steps can we actually take. But we are also exploring to have the minister appearing before the portfolio committee so that he can be able to come and account before Parliament. This is very important, Mr. Mabuyane, and we cannot let this matter go unattended, and we cannot let it go unscrutinized as well.
Ms. Khanyile, thank you very much for your time. I'm sure we'll follow up with you in the DA next week to see if you've received any response at all to your requests.